Hi, my name is Carla. I am from the Anatomy and Physiology class. Today I will be explaining the functions of the cell organelles and also the cell cycle and how centrioles do work in mitosis. I have the graph of the cell organelles, the cell cycle, and the mitosis. And today we'll be going through each one of them and explaining what the functions are and what they do. Okay, so and the first thing that we have is the cell organelles, which we first have the cell membrane, which is controls what leaves and enters the cell. And then after that we have the cytoplasm, which is like a jelly fluid liquid, which is in where usually the organelles are found in. And then we have the nucleus, which is what contains the DNA and controls the cell activities in here. After that, we have the nucleus envelope, which is what protects the nucleus itself. And then we have the nucleolus, which is what makes the ribosomes in the cell. The ribosomes is what makes the proteins. And then after that, we have the rough ER, which is what packs and transports the proteins. Following to that, we have the smooth ER, which is right here, which is what makes the lipids and detoxifies the chemicals. Following to that, we have the Golgi apparatus, which is what modifies, packages, and ships all the protein out. And then we have the mitochondria, which is known usually as the powerhouse cell, which is what produces ATP. At the bottom here, we have the lysosomes, which is what digests any waste or old organelle. Then we also have the peroxisomals, which is right here, which breaks down any fatty acids or harmful substance that it might have. And then we also have the vesicles, which transports and stores any materials, and the centrioles, which transports spiral fibers during the cell division. So moving away from the cell membrane, we also do have the cell cycle. The cell cycle has each phase overall, which is first we have the G1 phase, which is where the cell grows. Moving, we have the S phase, which is the synthesis where the DNA is copied. And then we have the G2 phase that goes like this, which prepares the cell for any division, which we will be seeing moving forward. And then we have the M phase, which is the mitosis, which we have right here that I will explain in a second. So all this little things here is the cell cycle. So when we do have, like, let's say a cut in our fingers, this is exactly what's happening. We grow the cell, we have the DNA copied, and then the cell prepares for any division, and then we have the mitosis. At the bottom, we have the cytokinesis, which the cytoplasm divides into cells together. So moving away from the cell membrane and the cell cycle, we do have the mitosis down here. As we see in the starting phase is the prophase, which the centrioles move to opposite poles, as we see in the picture right here, and they begin to form a new spiral fibers, right? So in the metaphase here, right here, you see all the spiral fibers attached to the chromosomes, and they align together in the middle. Moving from metaphase, we have the anaphase, which the anaphase, the spiral fibers pull sisters chromatins apart. As you can see in the picture, they are separated. They are not longer like in the metaphase, they're all aligned together. They're all in anaphase, they're all separated to opposite poles. In the telophase, the spiral fibers disappear as two new nucleates form. As you can see, they are not longer apart from each other, they are forming a new nucleate. And in the cytokinesis, there are already two identical daughter cells. So we went from having the cells completely forming new fibrils to then being stick together in the middle to then being separated and being created to new daughter cells. So initially what the mitosis phase is for exactly is to have two identical daughter cells being together. In conclusion, I have put together the three main things of the cell, which is the cell organelle, the cell cycle, and the mitosis phase. The organelles obviously helps us to keep the cell alive. The cell cycle allows growth and repair of the cell. And then the centrioles ensure the chromosomes are being divided correctly together.